This is going to be hard because some of you are young and you're still worried about what people think about you. So you don't want to be honest in front of people. I want you to think about what level you're on. Are you giving 90, 80, 70? Let's see what I'm saying for a minute. It's like I gave everything I got. I have no more to give. Like I really put 120 into this. So raise your hand if you're giving 120. Like I ain't got no more to give. I need you to admit where you are. What is it going to take for you to give every single thing you got? What is that going to take? It's consistency. And so I got to go to bed at a certain time. I got to wake up at a certain time. There are certain things I can't eat, certain things I can't watch, certain things I can't do. And I'm talking about that grind. I got an opportunity. You got an opportunity. So here's the deal. When you have an opportunity, why would you give 80% when you have an opportunity? Somebody answer that for me. Y'all talk. Why would you give 80%, 70%? Why wouldn't you always give 120%? This right here, for a lot of y'all ain't got no discipline. It's killing you. And you don't even realize it's killing you. It's killing you. You know, I thought if you're a good person and you do right by people, that people will take your kindness and give you kindness back. But what I realized is sometimes in this world, the kinder you are, the more they try to play you like a fool. I was delusional. I'm nice to you. You're nice to me. Don't always work like that. Sometimes it's nice to me and I take advantage of you. So some of y'all, you're delusional. I just need you to do me a favor. When you are delusional, you can never get the outcomes you want because the premise in which you're operating from is a lie. So you got to work from truth. And some of us don't want to deal with truth because it's so difficult. But listen to me. You cannot build your future on a lie. You cannot build your future on an excuse. You cannot build your future on what you wish was true. You have to deal with what is true. You have to look at yourself. You have to look at your habits. You have to look at your discipline. You have to look at your effort and you have to be honest. Where are you? Are you at 50? Are you at 70? Are you at 80? Are you at 90? Or are you really giving everything you have? Because until you know where you are, you don't know what you need to change. And some of us don't want to change. We want the result without changing the person who gets the result. We want the money. We want the success. We want the respect. We want the freedom. We want the opportunity, but we don't want the discipline that comes with it. We want the dream, but we don't want the grind. We want the destination, but we don't want the journey. And I'm telling you right now, it doesn't work like that. You got to be willing to become the person who can carry what you're asking for, because sometimes you're asking for a bigger life, but you're still operating with small habits. You're asking for a bigger opportunity, but you're still giving small effort. You're asking for a bigger result, but you're still making small decisions. And you can't keep doing that. You have to make a decision. You have to say, I'm going to change. Not tomorrow, today. Not when everything gets better today. Not when I feel motivated today. Because motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. And there are going to be days when you don't feel like getting up. There are going to be days when you don't feel like working. There are going to be days when you don't believe in yourself. There are going to be days when you look at your dream and say, maybe this isn't for me. And that's exactly when you have to remember why you started. You got to find your why. Your why has to be bigger than your excuses. Your why has to be bigger than your fear. Your why has to be bigger than your temporary pain. Because if your why is strong enough, you will find a way. You will get up. You will keep moving. You will keep going. And that's what I need you to understand. You don't have to feel ready. You don't have to feel confident every single day. You don't have to know every step, but you have to move. You have to start. You have to take the next step and then the next one and then the next one, because sometimes you're looking at the entire mountain and you're saying, how am I going to climb this? Stop looking at the whole mountain. Look at the next step. Take the next step, then take another one and another one. And eventually you're going to look back and realize you climbed higher than you ever thought you could. That's how it works. You don't become great in one day. You become great through what you do every day. And some of you need to understand that your future is being built right now, not next year, not next month. Right now, every decision matters. Every hour matters. Every morning matters. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are building something. Every time you choose to work instead of making an excuse, you're building something. Every time you choose to keep going When nobody is watching, you're building something. And that's the part people don't see. They see the result. They don't see the mornings. They don't see the nights. They don't see the sacrifice. They don't see the times you wanted to quit. They don't see the times you were tired. They don't see the times you had to tell yourself, get up. They don't see the times you had to keep going when you didn't feel like it. But you know what it took. And one day that work is going to speak for you. So don't worry about being recognized right now. Don't worry about everybody understanding. Don't worry about everybody believing in you. Sometimes you have to believe in yourself before anybody else does. Sometimes you have to walk alone. Sometimes you have to work alone. Sometimes you have to make decisions that people around you don't understand. And that's okay because it's your life. You got it. What are you going to do with it? You have an opportunity. You have an opportunity of a lifetime. When you understand you have an opportunity, you play a little different. You walk different. You work different. You think different. You prepare different because you understand that nobody is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. You have to take responsibility for your life. You can't keep blaming your past. You can't keep blaming your circumstances. You can't keep blaming your family. You can't keep blaming where you came from. You have to say, this is where I am. This is what I have, and I'm going to work with it. That's power. Because when you stop waiting for perfect circumstances, you can start creating imperfect progress. And progress is what you need. You don't need perfection. You need progress. You need to move. You need to execute. You need to get better every single day because the person you are today might not be prepared for the opportunity you want tomorrow. So you have to grow. You have to learn. You have to read. You have to listen. You have to surround yourself with people who are going somewhere because if you're constantly around people who tell you what can't be done, eventually you're going to start believing them. And that's dangerous. You have to protect your mind. You have to protect your dream. You have to protect your focus because everybody doesn't deserve access to your vision. Everybody doesn't understand what you see, and everybody doesn't have to. You don't need everybody to believe in your dream. You need to believe in it. You need to work for it. You need to stay committed to it. You need to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. And when you get tired, you rest, but you don't quit. That's the difference. Rest if you need to. Recover if you need to. Take a breath. Take a day. But don't give up on yourself. Don't throw away your future because today is difficult. Don't sacrifice your future for temporary comfort because comfort can become a trap. Sometimes you get comfortable. You get comfortable waking up late. You get comfortable making excuses. You get comfortable saying tomorrow. You get comfortable saying I'll start next week. You get comfortable saying I'm not ready. And before you know it, months have passed. Years have passed and you're still talking about what you're going to do. No, at some point you have to do. You have to execute. You have to move because nobody can work for you. Nobody can wake up for you. Nobody can study for you. Nobody can train for you. Nobody can build your dream for you. People can help you. People can guide you. People can encourage you. But ultimately, you have to do the work. And that's why I keep talking about 120% because I'm not talking about being perfect. I'm talking about giving your best effort to the moment you're in. If today your best is 80 because you're exhausted, then give your honest 80. But don't give 50 because you're comfortable. Don't give 60 because you're distracted. Don't give 70 because you don't feel like it. Give what you have. Give everything you have. And tomorrow, get better. That's how you build. That's how you grow. That's how you become stronger. You have to understand something. The bigger your dream is, the bigger the responsibility is, the bigger the dream, the bigger the sacrifice, the bigger the dream, the harder the grind. You cannot say you want something extraordinary and then live an ordinary life. Something has to change. Your schedule has to change. Your habits have to change. Your mindset has to change. Your circle might have to change. Your priorities have to change. Because if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always gotten. And I know that's hard to hear, but you need the truth. You don't need somebody to make you feel comfortable. You need somebody to make you think. You need somebody to challenge you. You need somebody to ask, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your opportunity? Because the one thing you cannot get back is time. Money can come back. Opportunities can come back. Things can be replaced, but time, you don't get it back. Every day you get 24 hours. What are you doing with them? Are you wasting them? Are you investing them? Are you building? Are you learning? Are you growing? Are you preparing? Or are you just consuming, watching, scrolling, comparing, waiting for somebody else to make you feel ready? Stop waiting. Get up. You still looking outside for the stuff that's already inside. You still looking for someone to save you when you already your superhero. You're looking for some information from somebody when you already got what you need in your head. It's just time for you to get up and be the best version of you. It's not an option. And the reason why some of you are not where you're supposed to be, you're giving yourself an option. You're giving yourself an out. You're giving yourself an excuse. You're giving yourself room not to do it. But you have what it takes. You have what it takes. You have what it takes. You just have to stop negotiating with yourself. Stop saying maybe. Stop saying I'll see. Stop saying I'll try. Say I will. I have the ability to do it. I got what it takes. I will. I have the willpower to make it happen. I must. That's the difference. I must. Because when something becomes a must, you stop negotiating. You stop looking for excuses. You start looking for solutions. You say, how can I get it done? Not, why can't I get it done? How can I make it happen? Not, why is it impossible? And I'm telling you, your language matters. The way you talk to yourself matters. If every morning you wake up and tell yourself you're weak, you're behind, you're not good enough, you're never going to make it, eventually your mind is going to believe you. So you have to change the conversation. You have to tell yourself, I can, I will, I must, we can, we will, and we must get through this. You have to speak life into yourself because there will be enough people outside trying to tell you what you can't do. You don't need to become one of them. Don't become your own of them. Don't become your own enemy. Don't destroy yourself with your own words. Believe in yourself, even when you don't feel like it. Believe in yourself when nobody is clapping. Believe in yourself when nobody is watching. Believe in yourself when the result hasn't come yet, because sometimes the work comes before the evidence. You have to keep working before you see the reward. You have to keep planting before you see the harvest. You have to keep going before you see the finish line. That's faith. That's discipline. That's mental toughness. And it is in those times we have to be stronger than we've ever been before. Why? Because they need us more than they ever need us before. Your future needs you. Your family needs you. Your dream needs you. The person you're becoming needs you. You cannot quit on that person. You owe yourself a chance. You owe yourself the opportunity to see what happens if you actually give everything you've got, because maybe you've never seen what you're capable of. Maybe you've been operating at 50%. Maybe you've been operating at 60%. Maybe you've been given 70% and you've been judging yourself based on the results of half effort. What happens when you give everything? What happens when you stop making excuses? What happens when you stop looking for permission? What happens when you decide this is my life? This is my opportunity and I'm going to make the most of it. That's when things start changing. Not because life suddenly becomes easy. Life doesn't become easy. You become stronger. That's the difference. The mountain doesn't get smaller. You get stronger. The challenge doesn't disappear. You become better prepared. The pressure doesn't disappear. You learn how to handle pressure. That's mental toughness. That's growth. And some of you are asking for a life that requires a version of you that doesn't exist yet. So build that version, build yourself, build your discipline, build your confidence, build your knowledge, build your character, build your work ethic, build your patience, build your ability to keep going. Because when you become that person, the opportunity won't destroy you. You'll be ready for it. You have to be careful when you hang around average people. All they're going to do is tell you what they can't do. And that's okay that they can't do it. But that has absolutely nothing to do with you. You have to understand that their limitations are not your limitations. Their fear is not your fear. Their past is not your future. You are allowed to become more. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to dream bigger. You are allowed to become the person you were meant to become. But you have to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. And when people don't understand, keep going. When people laugh, keep going. When you fail, keep going. When you lose, keep going. When you get rejected, keep going. When you get tired, keep going. Because your story isn't finished. You cannot judge your entire story from one chapter. You cannot look at one bad day and decide your whole life is bad. You cannot look at one failure and decide you're a failure. Failure is an event. It's not your identity. You failed at something. That doesn't mean you are a failure. Learn to adjust. Get back up and go again. That's what winners do. They go again. They don't always win. They don't always score. They don't always get the opportunity, but they keep showing up. They keep working. They keep improving. And eventually the work starts showing. That's why I need you to understand effort. You can't always dictate the outcome. You can't dictate what other people are going to do. You can't dictate what the market is going to do. You can't dictate what tomorrow is going to bring. You can't dictate whether everything goes according to plan, but you can dictate your effort. You can dictate your preparation. You can dictate your response. You can dictate whether you get back up. That's where your power is. And if you give me everything you've got, you can walk away with your head high because you know you didn't quit on yourself. You know you didn't hold back. You know you didn't give up because it got difficult. You know you gave everything. That's what I want from you. Not perfection, commitment, not excuses. Entrepreneurship, not fear, faith, not comfort, growth. And when you understand that, you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, what is this trying to teach me? You stop asking, why is it so hard? And you start saying, I'm getting stronger. You stop asking, why me? And you start saying, why not me? Maybe you're the person who is supposed to do it. Maybe you're the person who is supposed to break the cycle. Maybe you're the person who is supposed to change the story. Maybe you're the person who is supposed to become the example, but you won't know unless you keep going. You have an opportunity. Don't waste it. You have time. Don't waste it. You have ability. Don't waste it. You have a dream. Don't bury it. You have a life. Live it. You have a purpose behind it. You have a voice. Use it. You have a choice. Choose. Choose discipline. Choose growth. Choose the grind. Choose yourself. And understand, the bigger your dream is, the harder the grind. The bigger the dream is, the earlier you're going to have to get up. The longer you're going to have to stay up. The more effort you're going to have to put in. And for those of you who raise your hand and put up 70%, you'll never see it. You'll never see it. For those of you who are 70% beast mode, 30% gazelle, that's just enough for that other person. That's just enough for the other person who wants just what you want. So let me say it like this. I want you to think about those goals. I want you to taste them. I want you to internalize them. I'm not asking you to tell me what your goals are. I'm telling you to dream your dream because I want you to feel it. I want you to taste it. I want you to know how close you are. Just like when the weather is changing, you can feel it. I want you to be able to feel when you're getting closer to it and closer to it and closer to it. But more importantly, I want you to know when you dream your dream that there are other people who are dreaming the exact same dream. You're not the only person who wants it. You're not the only person who wants to make $1 million. You're not the only person who wants to be the president. You're not the only person who wants to be the CEO. You're not the only person who wants what you want. So what do you do when 1,000 other people want exactly what you want? You have to outwork them. You got to outgrind them. You got to get up earlier. You got to stay up later. You've got to execute. And you got to go from 70 to 120. No excuses. I wish I could tell you that 70% is enough. I wish I could tell you that 80% is going to get it, but it's not going to happen. You can have it if you want it. But the bitch,